So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Melvin Gordon, the ball carrier.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw it is Locke. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hilton. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown score or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Noah Fant was a first-round pick in 2019, and he was picked because of his receiving skills. Had 40 catches in his rookie season for 562 yards. Did have 2 games where he topped 100 yards in each of those. Yes, he's still developing as a blocker, but that's not why he went in the first round. He went there for his ability to make big plays down the field.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 at the 46.
2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. There he goes, right side. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown.
And This defense looking like they have come to play. The pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Ski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Locke trying again after the pick six. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Down Broncos.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey, here's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff, now Locke. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ready? Black 20. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
On the run, here's Anthony McFarland. The 20. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 15. 31 yards there and a 1st down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Roethlisberger will hand to counter. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
3rd and 2.
That's out to the left and complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal. They'll look to run with counter. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and goal at the Broncos' 4-yard line. That's the
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Broncos nothing.
Second down at 4. Now the third-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
Boswell's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They had it 1st and goal. 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settled for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And he gets it down to the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On third down, here's Samuels. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20 and all the way down to the 17-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. On the give, this is McFarland. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today.
31-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Lock on the give, it's Lindsey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Sam Martin.
Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
At their own
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
So how many different ways can we say that Von Miller is an absolute nightmare to prepare for any offense? An absolute dominant force on the defensive side of the ball. Double-digit sacks in 7 of his 9 seasons in the NFL. And when he finished the 2019 season, second in total sacks in NFL history among active players, behind only Terrell Suggs.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He's tackled.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
He's checking. Crash. Hey, check 24.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
At the 42-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Locke on the bootleg. Escaping the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. They'll fire one downfield for Fant, and that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Locke to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And McManus able to put it through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
McManus to kick off for Denver.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that going to hit in the end zone as we restart things here in the second half with a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On first down, they'll start with McFarland. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Bradley Chubb.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger complete to Washington. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff to Connor. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, Samuels. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
The stop made by Jarrell Casey. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
You can fall or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch him work, watch him hate, watch him lurk, can't relate. Watch his skirt out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murks, out the gate, on sight. Red, green, red, tight, set the bar, take flight.
230. I'm coming. Check 50.
Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. 45 is the mark.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He gets this one to Johnson. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Complete to Deontay Johnson. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Broncos' 45-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Steelers 27.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
He'll fire one down. He's got a man complete. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards.
First down, Denver.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Lindsey. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Steelers' 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lock.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Gordon on 1st down. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the Steelers' 5-yard line.
2nd and 5.
Let's go. You tighten up. Let's go. You tighten up. Ready.
Off the bootleg. Lock. And this is going to be intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
32-yard line.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Rolling to his left. It's complete to Watt. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. A give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Parker, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On the handoff, it's McFarland. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 35. Just decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Let's go, D. Slam. Easy.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
He's tackled at the 20.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Connor. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 22. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
3rd and 2.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And finally he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 53 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. 2nd and 16. Block now to throw. He'll get that complete to Albert O. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
It's 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
4-yard line.
We got a plane to catch.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers.